But at the same time, we do have to talk about Christian Eckes, and I've got to make a confession here. This is on me. I feel like I should have been giving this a little bit more attention than I was here throughout this season, because I don't think I recognized just how historic Christian Eckes' pace was here in 2024. 15 top fives in 23 races. That's a 65.2% rate there. 22 top tens in 23 races. Only the second race at Atlanta where brake issues took him out was he not only was that the only DNF he had all year, that was the only non-top 10 finish that he had this season. And an average finish, this is staggering, Brandon, 5.4 for Christian Eckes in the 2024 Truck Series season.
It sounds like a champion to me.
It certainly does. And
if we're just taking average finishes now.
Yes. Well, yeah. But again, that's how often do you, I mean, just having an average finish in the Cup Series in the single digits is a rare enough accomplishment.
Yeah.
In the Truck Series here, I think you have to go back to, I think people said Hornaday in 96 was like the last time we saw numbers like this in a single season. And do you think, Brandon, that in light of how we crown our champions now, again, take nothing away from Ty Majeski, but do you think that when we look back on the record books, this season may be underappreciated and ultimately forgotten, despite how historic Christian Eckes' pace was?
Completely. No one remembers the other three in these championship years. Not very well, anyway. I mean, if you look back and see the highlights again, I think that was a big year for him. But unless you're a Christian Eckes fan, then you'll remember. But yeah, it's going to go underappreciated, and that's a shame because it's been a big year for him, and yeah, shame on us for not catching on the wave early enough. He's been having a great year, and I'm glad nothing happened because I think we both thought it was all going to come down at Phoenix, and I'm glad the drivers' meeting was clear enough where we didn't see an ounce of drama, not an ounce. Taylor Gray wasn't even in earshot of Christian Eckes to start with, but on the track. But even if he did get up there, it didn't seem like we were going to see anything at all. So I think that was crisis averted, not only for those two drivers' careers, but for the sport. But yeah, big year for Christian Eckes, and unfortunately, it's probably going to be just a stat number that stays here on NASCAR.com and Racing Reference, and someone will make a YouTube video about it one day and try to get monetized.
Yeah, that sounds about right there. But yeah, I think again, I think people remember Kevin Harvick in 2020. There are certainly examples of great seasons that have gone underappreciated, excuse me, and unrecognized in this era here. But again, Kevin Harvick's the champion of the sport. He's got a very large fan base, and that's a Cup Series season. Here in the Truck Series, which doesn't get as much press to begin with, I don't know that Christian Eckes is going to get all the credit that he ultimately deserves for the season that he had here. And I think, again, that's a shame because while you appreciate Ty Majeski's season, which was very strong in its own right here, just to, again, make the comparison again, of course, racing would not be 100% the same. It's not a 100% exact science, but we've been talking this year about how Corey Heim is really backing up what he did last year, right? When he was the one running away with it. Corey Heim still finished, if you tally up non-playoff standings, this is per Racing Reference.info, he finishes with 958 points to Christian Eckes' 1,058. He's 100 points back. That is, even when you factor in stages, that's more than 1.5 races worth of maximum points if you even sweep the stages that Corey Heim would have to make up over Christian Eckes here. And if you want to go all the way back to Ty Majeski, again, credit where it's due, he's in third. But he's almost another further 100 points back. He's 194 behind Eckes there. So again, I'm not using it to say Christian Eckes is the rightful champion and nothing you say will change my mind, because there are fans out there that go that far. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I'm not keeping Winston points. I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, but you do have to look at Eckes' season as a whole, I think. And again, and Matt Weaver, I think, even said it as well on Twitter Saturday morning or Friday night. And again, Matt, I think, is relatively pro playoff. I think he would probably make a couple of tweaks if he had the power to do so. But he likes the drama, he likes the entertainment, and again, that's fine. But
he makes good writing too.
Yeah,
so I think that's a big perk of it,
and a fantastic writer at that. But even he was basically saying, this is as close to the doomsday win 35 races and then lose the 36 and lose the championship. This is as close as you're really going to get to that. The season that he had, and then to come up just short, finishing third in the final race. You know, that the final race is, again, so important in this format and in this era. But when you look at the body of work as a whole, you know, you have to look at these numbers and think, this guy must have run away with a championship, right? But there is no running away with championships anymore. You have to perform on the final day, and Ty Majeski and even Corey Heim as well were just a little bit better.
Yep, just down to circumstances. Last race decides the whole thing. No matter how the rest of the season shaped up, you made it there, cool. You still got to win the thing.
Yeah, or at least be
the one in front of the rest of them.
Yeah, Matt Crafton can tell you that much for sure. Yeah, that's right. Emphasis on winning, but yet it's still. I mean, it's all about how you game the system, man. Like, you just have to do everything you need to do to get into the next round, and then maximize your effort of the 4 in the championship race, and that's all you have to do. Then you're a champion.